Okay, so I think I realized that I could do a lot of the designing and redesigning off stream. So try to keep these streams slightly more interesting to watch. How do so all of these streams are gonna be a lot of backtracking. Not just the first one, I guess. Hopefully. Uh, there might come a time when I actually do some designing on stream, but I think designing itself is actually like a really boring thing to watch. A lot of it is building, rebuilding. So there's not a lot of progress, but also it's very uh, mentally taxing, and so I can't focus on chat either. So it feels like a lose-lose to be actually doing designing on stream. Like I don't get to interact with chat, and also it's an incredibly boring stream. Hopefully we can make something quite exciting today. So this will be his shoulder assembly. There's this thing here for bicep swivel. This joint I see used a lot in mechs as like a waist joint, but like in this case, it's very big. So what is normally a waist joint for more mid-sized mech is more just a bicep. It's also quite a weak bicep is that. And that I would like it to be stronger, but oh well. I guess Carly chooses. Hey, Zero. How are you doing? I'm not so bad. Had breakfast. Here we are. Doing some Sunday morning coding before we get back to our lives tomorrow. And this is the bicep assembly. It looks quite small, but like when it's all put together, it's actually quite an appropriate size because the elbow is going to be eating into the forearm. One of the problems I had last time is that a lot of the yellow, all of yellow interesting bricks are used for the head and the shoulders. So when it comes times to build the legs, I sort of actually run out of actual things to sculpt with, and I'm left with like basic bricks and plates. But there are things here that are crucial. I do think it's more important, but we'll see how I deal with that later, I guess. was a lot more stingy with using green as a filler first time around, but now I just feel like I'm a bit more generous with it because I think it should be fine. They are still in places that I wouldn't like them to be, but sometimes it's better than nothing, I guess. And if it can get me to build faster, that's good as well to keep up the momentum. And then if I find a way to replace it later, I can just replace it later. Like the spots that I can still see afterwards and still bother me, I can rebuild. And this saves me time as I just move on. Or actually, like a lot of those spots, when I get into like building block, like those are like great spots to tackle, which is like, oh, here's a brick that's a different color than the color that you might actually want. It doesn't require too much thinking to just replace it. You scan the model to look for potential replacements elsewhere in a spot that's less visible. And then while you do that, sometimes you get more ideas. That's sometimes how you get out of a builder's block. Whoops. And that's the front of the shoulder pad. This part is a lot more troublesome than the front, actually. It takes up a lot of black, and the whole set comes with a surprising little amount of black. The back of the shoulder pad, I'm just going to have to let go. There's just not enough like bricks to cover it. If we get to the very end and I find out that there are actually bricks that I can use there, I will. But for now, I think the plan is just going to leave them mostly blank. A lot of the back is going to look a bit dodgy. I really just want this to be complete in whatever form it can be. And then we can all move on with our lives. Well, I can move on with my life. And not have this thing at the corner of the room. Just mocking me every time I walk past it. And we have one shoulder. There's a slit here that kind of looks like detail, which is one of those things that happens when you're just out of bricks. Create details, supposedly. And look, magically off screen, I have another shoulder. How these shoulders are attached took me actually quite a long time to figure out. Like, I need them to be on a joint so that they can sort of articulate a little bit, because if I don't, they tend to droop. And these shoulder pads are surprisingly heavy. Like, they're really thin, but they're really big. Where do I put those pieces? Okay, one of the things that happened is that even though his shoulder connections are closer together, his shoulder pads are really big, and also his head is gigantic. So I have to make his thighs slightly longer, like just one step longer, and then the rest of it's going to be down to like the animal boots. But making the thighs one step longer actually causes a lot of trouble. Because now it's an even number of studs, which is, sorry, not even, an odd number of studs. And that's never fun to work with. I've forgotten how these are built. That's fast. Alright. Ran into my first bracket color problems. We are out of dark gray. Which I think I'm supposed to be saving for the thighs. This is the other ones. Hello, Prince Ali. How's your day? Me too, buddy. I think this is the longest I've gone without coming home to see my parents. So we're not living in the same place, and they're like a plane ride away. The situation back home is a bit, yeah. Oh, I've forgotten that I'm saving these 4x4 for something else. For what in particular, I don't actually know yet, but I'm building these parts with just 2x4s because I have quite a lot of those. Actually, I'm running out of 2x4s. Oh boy. I have a whole bunch of these, but We're actually nearing almost using out. Wow, I only have 3 of these things left, and I had like uh, how do I describe this? Like I had 3 trays. This is not called tray. It's like 3 boxes of these full. You still. I mean, for this particular project, Bricklink isn't as useful because I want to work within. Honestly, if I hadn't given myself such a strict constraint of like just building within this set, this would have been done like a year ago. The reason why we're on the 3rd try now is because I run out of bricks, and the constraints I gave myself means that I can't get more bricks. Oh, there you are! I was wondering where the gray brackets went. I would like to have, I would like to be able to support these from the back. Like sometimes they can collapse in like that. Or just shifting these up would have been nice, but shifting these up means that they aren't able to bracket these hinges here. So it's one of those things where I'm going to have to just tell people to be careful. Oh wow, I used 2 more of these here. Okay. We'll see. Haven't gotten there just yet. I might just give up. Actually, if I do give up, what I think I'll do instead is find a set that I think might have enough of the pieces that I need. So I've been thinking about some of those speed champion sets, like the Elva. I was missing a lot of blue last time, so I might just buy the Elva to get the blue. But the Elva might come with a bunch of things as well. Then that way I can tell people that this is like a combination between this and the Elva, for example. It has been known to happen. Well, maybe not hasn't been known, but yes, that has happened before. We'll see if it happens this time. And just like that, I'm out of gray 2x4s. Oh boy, I might be out of... Yeah. And also, out of gray 1x4s. I might swap them in other places later, but for now, that's that. I'm leaving these empty. I can fill them in later. like depending on what I use where, I might have like there are a lot of different ways to fill these. Whereas there are places where there might not be a lot of ways to build, um, and I want to save my options for those parts, and then I'll whatever there's left, I'll fill in these later. And that's one thigh. The other thigh I've built off stream. This kind of looks terrifying. This looks like it's yeah, this looks messed up. I'm not adding his forearms in this stream because those require some redesigning, and I'm doing redesigning off stream. I'll probably build one off stream, and once I know what I want to use where, I will build the other stream. Yeah, definitely messed with the wrong. Maybe messed with the wrong time traveler and went back into the past and chopped his arms and legs off. What are we doing now? Oh, right. Dino head. Oh boy. Alright. I am going to need to disassemble these because I actually do need these gray 1x4 elsewheres. Shouldn't be too bad. We're pretty close to the surface. Hopefully this is the most amount of brick replacing I have to do on stream. It's going to need better planning next time. Oh wow, this head is built super haphazardly last time. Alright. I'll just build it like this on stream. And then I'll redesign it off stream later. It's fine. It's fine. Come on. I am Asian, so I guess the law dictates that I have to be the yellow one. I don't remember much about the show and haven't followed Power Rangers or Super Sentai very closely. I liked the color blue when I was a kid, so like, when that question comes up, I think I often said blue. Also because I like the color blue. I initially built the dino head a lot smaller, but because his head is so big, like the dino head just couldn't quite cover his face. And I was afraid that the head would be too big for the body, but the way it turns out, it seems like it should be fine. Let's see. Well, there is the first one, and then there's the second one. And there's the really hard one with a lot of squigglies. what ranges would you be, Christy? Oh boy, where did I put the teeth? Oh yeah, that's with miscellaneous. Nice. I like red. The red ranges sometimes have like an extra upgrade compared to the rest of them. Like everybody gets like a super mold, and then the red rangers get like a super mold. Huh. Okay. Sure. I'm gonna have to change so much of this thing. Like part of becoming more, like part of building more, like having experience building more, is that you get more used to the fact that a lot of what you build is not going to stay, because you have to like rebuild it and like move things around. But it's still like, even when you brace for it, it's just dreadful every time. Yeah, that works. Teeth. Why did that? The teeth. Oh yeah, I have no idea how, like, you guys do it. Like with the bases and dioramas, like I mostly stay away from those. It feels like it would bug me. I think like um, you have to learn to like make decisions that are flexible for like down the line, right? Because like backtracking is basically impossible. Yeah, that seems like what you have to do. That sounds dreadful. I think I should get better at that kind of building. I think it comes in really useful, but it's just it's scary to me. Guess we have to go on later. I think what happened is, for parts where I know I have to redesign anyway, I didn't take very clear pictures. And this is one of those parts. Oh yeah, like if you find that like a stud is like protruding out where you don't want, and it's buried under a million other things, what do? You just have to like sand it off. I feel like I would just sand it off. And I'll take a drill to like just like surgically remove that thing out. Those are sort of things where I think I will have to build it like I'll have to build it digitally before I commit to like doing anything in particular. Like make sure like certain important parts are in place, and then rock faces I'm just gonna have to let go. Rock faces are what they are. How big is your base? Like what's the footprint? That's not too bad, I guess. Well, yeah. That sounds like a nightmare. One of these days I'm gonna have to build a diagram, and that's not gonna be fun. Or maybe it will be. Like, there are a lot of things that I dread that eventually, like I actually do, and then it's not too bad. 'Cause I imagine it's fun to just like there must be a kind of fun, even though it's scary to know that you have to commit to every brick that you lay down. Okay. And also backtracking is it's not always very fun. And I guess not having to do that is it's also not a bad thing. Oh, nice. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Alright, and that's the head, kind of. It looks a bit funny. I think I'll go back in later. For now, it should still look okay. Yeah. It's a little finagling. Okay, what did I do wrong? I did something fun here. Oh, it's supposed to go all the way up. Oh boy. Alright, let's see. Alright. This is like that. Okay, there might be something a bit wrong here. I'll have to check on it later. But for now, that's what it kind of. Okay, let's remove these arms. E. So it's gonna look like that. In Dino mode, and then for robot mode, Megazord mode. This folds. Okay. This folds in here, and this goes forward. And there's a thing that closes up over here. this head pokes out on the back. Last time I tried to cover this back up, I think I'm gonna have to let this go. So in Dino mode, he's just gonna have a big hole in his back. But it's fine. It's fine. Let me check this again. I think something's slightly off with how I'm building this. Oh no, I guess I just needed to get used to it. Alright, there it is in Dino mode. And then you flip it in. Move the head up. Okay. Put on the legs. Leg stumps. Arm stumps. Thank you. It is very PogChamp. Alright. I think that's it for now. I'll see if I can redesign one of the forearms for the next stream. There might be a real video before this. I mean, before the next stream. There might not, depending on when bricks arrive. But yeah, that's it for now. Okay. Have the great rest of your day, Prince Ali, and if you're watching this on replay, yay! Have a great day yourself as well. Okay, bye bye.